IVARI conditioning workout is a sequenced workout of vital exercises that promote mobility, stability and strength into most of the major muscle groups and the core and postural structure. As I say, conditioning for most sports. Here we start with a kneeling hip flexor to stretch those out. You're generally going left and right with 10 to 12 reps on each side. For the sake of the demonstration in the video, I'm doing about 4 reps per exercise to get through it in an efficient way. From the kneeling hip flexor, you go into hip lift. You're going to do, as again, 10 to 12 reps of that exercise, going for maximum height. Side planks, going 10 to 20 per side. You want the body to be nice and straight. Once again, make sure you're doing both left and right sides, going for maximum height. It's a pulse move. This one's a goblet squat, which particularly for youth athletes I advocate strongly for. You get a steeper spine angle, it's much safer. I go for 20 reps loaded with this one or unloaded. Hip hinge push-up. So in the hinge you're stretching out the posterior kinetic chain. You'll note with the push-up, I'm trying to keep the elbows fairly close to the rib cage, and in that way you're really targeting the triceps, but also abducting the scapular region. From here you go overhead squat, so it's kind of compounding the previous exercise, and you'll notice for a lot of these are sequenced in such a way as that can happen. Once again, a steep spine angle. Even though it's leg centric, you're hitting the upper back. Tricep dips, 2 sets of 10. You see the first set's long and deep. The second set, as I transition here, is very short. In both ways you're really hitting those triceps hard. Deltoid raise with a fairly pliable band, 10 to the front, 10 to the side. Working on that deltoid bulb. To get the rear and the lats, you're going to do dumbbell rows with a nice flat back. 10 to 10 one side, 10 the other. I call this the posture matrix. It's 40 reps, so you go face pull first of all for 10. Straight arm fly once again for 10. Then you'll go into overhead reach, 10. And then finish off with the push press for 10. It's a hard exercise, you earn the burn, but once again good for the posture. Really great if you're desk bound, get up every hour and repeat it. Forward lunges. Arms, hands as the driver from overhead. You'll find gravity is a real assister here. From here you go starting arms at shoulder height, reverse lunge to overhead. Once again you're attacking that hip flexor region, in this case on the left leg, quad of the right. Great exercise. Progression from kneeling hip flexor, lateral lunge reaching down, triple hinge on that working leg, ankle, knee, hip, hamstring of the stance leg, in this case the right side. Eversion, inversion of the ankle in a lot of these exercises, something that's not often thought about it, but so much of these movements do that from the top down, so it's really good for your mobility, stability and strength of the ankle, knee and hip, particularly the ankle. Transverse rotation, external hip rotation lunge targets the glute, on this example the left side. Once again you keep that stance leg and foot flat on the ground and stable. Downward dog cobra, posterior kinetic chain. Once again be careful in transition as you go into that lower back. Hip flexion, hip extension, and a lateral walk. So once again, the support muscles grouping around the major muscles getting worked out. Glute centric, this one. It's a burner when you compound it with what's next, which is monster walks. So you're coming forward now. Left, 12 right, 12 forward, 12 backwards. Once again, with these bands, you earn the burn. Greatest stretch in the world, hip stretch rotation. Once again, a lot of transverse movement. Very important in most sports and a lot of programs. Transverse or rotational movement is absent. Vital component of every workout and for your health and well-being. That's why this moves in there to compound on that previous one. You're getting rotation on the ball, hitting those obliques. Elevated rear leg split squat. You'll see in this example I'm shoulder raising with dumbbells. You can do it loaded or unloaded. It's a great move. You can vary the height on the rear foot elevation. In this case, it's about a 4 to 6 inch lift. Bilateral RDL, transitioning into single leg RDL. So once again, posterior kinetic chain, hamstring mobility, stability. In this case, and then overall strength in that hamstring region, so vital. Injury mitigation. Push up, harder than it looks. Long lever from toe to finger. Once again, you'll see in that push up, the elbows to the ribs, you're getting that scapular retraction. Flexion. Hip lift squeeze, so you're going maximum height, maximum squeeze. Abduction. Unlike when we do the banded lateral walks and monster walks, where we're doing abduction. Very important. Once again, a transverse movement. Open side thoracic spine rotation. When paired with the posture matrix, the banded posture matrix, really great for your spinal health. Curtsy squat, once again you'll see I'm coming off a platform, but you can do this flat off the floor as well. Really great for your glutes. So in this case for that left side glute. Going back and across, squatting down into the movement. So that's an example of a conditioning workout for most sports that would complement and should complement a strength training program.